He's going to be good for them, and maybe he can help turn that franchise around and turn it. I know they went to the all the way to the NLCS this year.
Two of the flashiest, most electrifying talents in Major League Baseball today. One is a showman with a swagger you can't ignore. The other, a hitting machine with a World Series ring already in his trophy case. It's Fernando Tatis Jr. versus Juan Soto, but who's the real superstar? Who owns the crown in MLB's biggest young rivalry? Today, we're breaking it all down. Let's start. Fernando Tatis, born in 1999 in the Dominican Republic, debuted in 2019 with the San Diego Padres, shortstop and now sometimes outfielder, known for power flair and jaw-dropping athleticism.
So they've got some things going for them, but the last few years they haven't been able to consistently win, and they had all the questions surrounding their slugging first baseman, Pete Alonso. Are they going to re-sign him or not? They had all these questions, and then boom, they give they give a world record-setting contract to Juan Soto, and I'm just not sure on a couple levels. I mean, they give him more than Shohei Ohtani. First off, I would take Ohtani in a heartbeat over Soto for various reasons. I think he's...
Juan Soto, also born in 1998 in the Dominican Republic, debuted in 2018 with the Washington Nationals, now with the New York Yankees. Patient, powerful, with one of the best batting eyes in the game.
Obviously he's a unique player. He pitches, he hits, he's productive. Every time with Ohtani, you have high expectations. It seems like he exceeds them.
Now Fernando. High drive, deep center field. Back goes Nando! Two-run shot for Fernando Tatis Jr.
So I do think, number one, to give that guy a record-setting contract.
The left field line, a home run in the left field seats. And the Yankees have now taken a
risk, but also, baseball, it's not like the NBA where you get LeBron James and you can get two other guys.
To the left field, struck pretty well. That is back. Fernando Tatis Jr. connects on his 19th of the solo shot of the day for San Diego. Padres take it 2-0.
They've got first base issues and middle of the lineup issues that they're going to have to figure out in addition to Juan Soto. So, their ultra-rich owner, Steve Cohen, he wants to get some of that attention in New York back from the Yankees. That's the one unique aspect in New York. The Mets are always trying to take the back pages away from the Yankees and the tabloids. And one other thing, the Mets' attendance has declined over the last couple of years quite a bit. So aside from the baseball stuff, Steve Cohen is trying to juice that franchise and make it relevant.
From your standpoint, what do you know about Juan?
Second and third, nobody out. Here is Juan Soto. Swing of the first pitch, sends one out to Juan Soto is a 3-run home run, and the Nationals take a 3-0 lead.
high in the air.
In 2019 he was fine with the Nationals when they won the get to the World Series. Helped them win the World Series. But I thought same thing. He was energy sucking in San Diego. And, when you put a bunch of alpha dogs into a clubhouse, you had him, you had Manny Machado, you had Xander Bogaerts, you had, all kinds of, when you get those alpha dogs, sometimes those personalities don't.
His homers at Yankee Stadium this year. And the kid's got a couple twice in either. Herrera goes the other way. Juan Soto is out toward left center a bit. Long run. Rail.
Wide drive, base hit to right. That'll score one, that'll score two.
They had a really good year, and as much as I think with the Padres, they were better this year once they got rid of Juan Soto. Obviously he helped the Yankees, so we'll see what he does with the Mets. But I think when you give that kind of money to that guy, you're designated him, you're the guy. So in terms of him getting along with the rest of the clubhouse, we'll see. But he's also going. While I say everybody's going to have to fall in line behind him.
Watching that, I pulled the hamstring.
Softly lined, and caught by Tatis! Lead perfectly and brings it in!
You are a cartoon character, kid. Come on.
Aaron Judge is the clear leader on that team.
What about Lindor with the Mets?
Yeah, and that's another good point too. So, one thing I don't know, and I'll find out, but Soto and Lindor, what their relationship is, if any. Maybe they got to know each other, behind the scenes and over the years, and maybe they're good friends. Maybe there's a rivalry there. We'll see how that goes. But
it's a first inning. What more do you want? You got 6 runs on the board, Juan Soto home run, and then Fernando Tatis.
Here's the pitch. And a broken bat flare towards Tatis. Fernando reaches, dives. He made the catch. Laid out, he makes the play, and the inning is over. Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, he's the leader, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, Scott, let's bring it back home here to the Padres a little bit. What are you hearing? And we talked with AJ a little bit the other night. We were working question him up and down. It sounded like he's content with Bogart playing shortstop if something else pop up via trade.
Ground ball, softly hit, and a throw to first. There's an out there now, a tag play. Are they going to tag out Fernando? And he grounds it up the middle. Tatis dives. He'll flip or roll.
He's got a long enough track record in San Diego. We know he's going to be active this winter. I mean, he does not sit and just say, well, we're throwing last year's team out onto. He's creative. He checks every single trail available to him. So he'll be active. I just think this week, not so much.
Every home run, every jaw-dropping moment, there's a story behind it all. One that few know, but everyone should. But stunned the world by turning down a $440 million offer to chase something even bigger. Beyond the spotlight,
I don't anticipate a lot of signings or trades or roster maneuvering from him until a little bit later in the winter after Soto and some others find their homes. Then you check the landscape.
uncover the trials and triumphs that shaped one of baseball's most electrifying players and who dominates the field with both power and poise to the professional level himself. But he recognized the talent in his son and committed himself.
I think he's a better player than Soto. He can do more. He's already led a league in home runs. He hit 42 home runs, one more than Soto hit last year for the Yankees, which was his career high. Fernando hit 42. He's not won just a gold glove. He's won a platinum glove. He can steal bases. He got a cannon arm. He can do it all. I think the Padres got the better guy. The problem is he can't stay healthy.
Lined and caught by Fernando! Any better than that? Superhuman! Oh my goodness! Steal. Third base is Tatis, and they get him. And they're coming off the field here. Are the Rangers? We'll see.
Or now, I mean,
he'll be 26. Him and Soto are very close in the same age.
So, but I bring that up because, you know what, 24, 26, whatever, mid-20s, to have two stress reactions in your bones, your lower back a few years ago and then the femur this summer, that's a bit of a red flag for me. If you're in your mid-20s, your bones should be holding together better than that. So that to me is the biggest thing going forward with Tatis is going to be his health. I agree with everything you just said about it.
Schumacher on the phone.
High leg kick from Chrismat.
Is now out. Throw to first, and Tatis will be safe. He got back. He was caught in no man's land at first base, but somehow gets back. On the ground, and diving is Tatis.
I thought the trade about a year ago when AJ sent Soto to the Yankees, I mean, getting Michael King back, getting Higashioka back. I mean, they picked the Yankees' pocket. I know it sounds silly because Soto won, MVP talk, all that stuff, and he helped him, but.
Look out. Wow. Goes into a split again of sorts.
Just getting that right leg out of the way.
If anybody can get out of a pickle, it's Fernando Tatis Jr., and he did! What doesn't he do? What isn't exciting?
Oh, brings me back to the days I'm sitting on my couch. Off again, Tatis. Hosmer strikes out.
Him to go to the White Sox to get Dylan Cease, along with Higashioka and the entire crew. Padres won that trade.
Yeah, I agree with you. Totally did. I mean, if they don't put it this way, if they don't make that trade and they had Soto last year and not the other guys, I don't think they would have won 90 games.